Welcome to the Juggling Mind and Money podcast with Steve Rowe and Jessica Schlupp-Taylor. Steve Rowe is the founder of Lucent Financial Planning and an award-winning independent financial planner. He helps you to use your money and have a great life. Jess Schlupp-Taylor is a psychologist supporting people through change, challenges, and forks in the road of life. Together, they will help unblock the sludge in your mind, stopping you from achieving financial and psychological happiness.
Hello and welcome back to Juggling Mind and Money with me, Steve Rowe, founder of Lucent Financial Planning. And today we've got a very special guest star. The reason he's special is he's responsible for these.
Yeah, they are very special.
Thank you. Are they not cool now?
Oh, very cool.
Because they're 2 years old. I am due to come back.
That sounds good. Yeah, so it's even more outlandish glassy now.
Yeah. So this is episode 39, and this is Dan Sanders, my optician and owner and founder of Perspective Opticians.
I am for my sins. Yeah, 21 years as a West Midlands businessman. It's been an interesting journey. Steve's been one of my lucky places for many years, and I'm very pleased to be here. I'm a bit worried about what I've got to offer after all the esteemed and very highbrow other guests you've had. So,
well, that's nice of you to say. You've got loads to offer because you are the real deal, aren't you? I always say that.
Yes, I like that. Yeah, I'll take that.
So what I want to talk with you about today in episode 39, if I said that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. What I want to talk about is the strange stresses and pressures of being a small business owner, all the horrible things that happen.
Okay.
Feel. And also I want to talk about the excitement of it.
Yeah, because you can often forget about that with all the pressure stuff.
Because it's good sometimes, isn't it? It's good most of the time, really.
Yeah.
Although I know you've had a rough year.
Yeah, but interesting. Yeah, it was interesting. I think it's when you come to after 20 odd years or so, you sort of do have a bit more belief that things will sort themselves out in the right. If as long as you keep trying to push forward and sort of be positive, that things will always drop into place. And
it's always all right in the end.
Yeah, it's what's the worst that could happen? You know, I would say.
So the hard year that Dan's had is so Perspectives Opticians in Knoll.
Yeah, as we are now. Yes.
Yeah. So you've had a move, haven't you?
We have indeed.
Premises from Solihull to Knoll. So anyone who's around Solihull, get down to Knoll now to get your eyes tested.
Yeah, and you can also pick up some nice stuff at the bakery and the butchers as well. So that's another reason to come along.
You got them in your new shop?
Not in the shop. We've got a good wine bar there in the fridge and beers in the fridge, and very good artisan coffee we do. So pop in for a refreshment
as part of your client experience.
It is indeed critical non-essentials.
Well, it's all about sausage rolls, I find.
Yeah, they're a bit flaky, so there's a little bit less on the floor, and
they get all over people's lenses. What's that? Is it a scratch? No,
it's a sausage coat.
Yeah. So, tell us, Dan, how did you set up business? You know, tell us your origin story, like it's X-Men. That's what you look like to me.
Yeah. So I suppose university, I went to a optometry degree. I was in Cardiff back in the 90s, late 90s. Yeah. So you come out all fresh-faced, so you sort of, you normally end up working for one.
You live on Colin Road?
Yeah, I did live on Colin Road. Yes.
Everyone's lived there.
Yeah, I got in trouble for blocking up someone's front door with sandbags one evening before they Colin Road. That was student drapery back in the day when you were allowed to have fun and common sense was
it's exciting.
Yeah,
not now. There's cameras everywhere.
No, I think it's a good job. I think not a good thing for me. Yeah, the times when you can have fun. But college was great. You have to then go and do your professional exams after that. So I ended up back at my hometown of Carrick, Staffordshire. The local Specsavers. I did my professional training year there, and from then on went to work for various other the Specsavers practices as self-employed. But I suppose after sort of 5 years of doing 25, 30 tests a day, the novelty was sort of just sort of racking people through the machine like a sausage was getting pretty. It just not something I didn't want to see myself doing for the next 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
So I suppose a bit of a youthful enthusiasm and cockiness, I think, as my mum would say. I decided
Self-belief, Dan.
self-belief. That's a better phrase.
Confidence in your own ability.
That's I need to my mum needs a bit of rebranding on this, but decided I wanted to do things a bit differently and see if I could do things my own way. And just focus on giving people better service, better quality products, and just being in control of my own destiny. Really, I think I didn't never been great in employed by someone. I've only ever had two bosses, I think. So
You're a loose cannon.
a little bit. I like to do do things a bit like sort of the different way, or sort of things. I don't like computer says no type attitude. So yeah, I decided to set my own practice. I think I was 26, I think, or 27.
Yeah, so that is young, isn't it, to start your own business?
It's funny. I mean, looking back then, you thought you knew. Back when you were 20, you thought I've been
I'm
doing this.
finished article.
Yeah, I'm sort of I know everything sort of then. So yeah, very very. So I was looking around for somewhere to set up a practice that would seem the right area for someone that wanted to be patient around it, want a better quality service.
Yeah.
They'd invest in sort of time and spent with them, and we're looking for something that was the opposite of the high street experience. And I came to see one of my old university friends who grew up in Knoll or Dorridge. Never been to Solihull before. We were having a wander around and thought we'd sort of wandered into Touchwood, which back in 2004 was probably still quite nice and shiny.
Properly.
Yeah. So it was just thought, this this seems like a good place, and found a unit, and we were on Drury Lane, took down there. It's a fantastic little sort of alcove of independent businesses.
Yeah.
So that was in February 5th of February 2005. I sort of opened the doors. Very quickly realised that no one there was no training whatsoever about how to be a business person or run a business
No one ever gets that though.
No.
I know there's like courses, isn't there, for business studies or whatever. Like
Yeah.
rubbish.
The things are now. I think about the only thing I did was get an accountant. I think, and that was yeah. So steep learning curve. You said sort of.
So wow, it's your 21st birthday this year then.
It is, yeah. So I've been telling people I started the practice when I was 12, but it's not.
I was going to say, well, are you 36?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
So it was a cracking little shop, that, wasn't it? Because
Yeah.
right, there was lots of little independent business there, and then obviously people going to House of Fraser.
Yeah.
And then it's the big one that falls down, not the little ones.
Yeah, and we're just sort of gradually seeing the decline of the bigger stores and brands in the town centre has been quite a shock over the last 10 years, really.
And then that's what's been hard for you over the last year, isn't it? The last year with the.
Yeah, we knew we'd have to move the practice at some point, but we were sort of thinking about a couple of years down the line from what we've been led to believe. But we got landed a 6-month notice to get out after.
I remember you came to see me then, and you was in shock. You were like,
yes.
Anyone watching YouTube, I'm doing an impression right now. It'll be all right, I think, Steve.
You probably said
Or it'll be fine.
You just have to keep telling yourself it'll be fine.
I felt you for that.
But
for you that day, because it's when you get a few sort of earthquakes when you're running a business.
You do.
Not every year.
No.
Like every 4 or 5 years or something. Something happens, and you're like, whoa. Oh, I've just did head on the cupboard. But that's what it's like. It's like someone smashing you on the head.
Yes.
And you have to like shake yourself down. Go, "Ugh."
And generally, the change it makes you, really forces upon you, generally moves the business forward or makes things better. So you begin to look at problems as I think I almost get more uncomfortable when things are going too well, because you're waiting for the next sort of tsunami to arrive. But when it's arrived and you're sort of trying to battle with it and stuff, you feel more sort of it's
like doing something.
You're doing something, I suppose. You're in it. But that is it is one of the positives of things. You never bored. You sort of are always having to push yourself and develop yourself personally as well. If you want to succeed, And but I think it's that freedom of that's
The phone going out.
outline that someone's desperate need of it.
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, so it's that freedom where you just, if you want to change something, you just do it, and if it doesn't work, you can change it. You're not having to go through several layers of management to get permission, or and that I think is the upside of having your own business, certainly.
So let's go back then. It's 2005. You've opened this shop, so it's all exciting when you start, isn't
Yeah.
it? And then you've opened your practice. Shouldn't call it shop, should I?
Well, it's a funny thing, isn't it? It's half medical, half retail. So yeah, it's salon, as someone called it the other day. That's what well, that one.
Yeah. So you open that because that's all exciting, isn't it? And then
Terrifying. That
I don't know, but I assume no one came for a while. Is that what happened?
The weirdly, I bought the practice was there. It had been open about 2 years. It was called Hammond and Dummer. There's a big shiny Dummer sign on the front of the practice. And that partnership broke down, and they were closing the practice, or selling the practice. So they'd been going a couple of years. So they've had some patients. So we had a bit of a rolling start. But then that's when I took it on and rebranded it as Perspective. But they tried to do a bit sort of market opticians, but I think their idea of being at market was just being snooty and rude to everyone who walked in the door, I think. So there were, but I'm pleased to say we still have quite a few patients from those early days that are still with us now, clients. So we did. It was quiet. It was a lot of going from suddenly doing 25, 30 tests a day to maybe 3 or 4 was interesting. Sort of panicking, you sort of. So you just, but it forces you to get sort of just pushing yourself and thinking of any other way you can get new people into the practice and take on different services and you can offer. But it's just, you just had to make sure when everyone that came in, you did your very best for them, and you were sort of hoping that they liked you and would recommend you.
So I'm a committed and proud spectacle wearer, right? Which I'm sure you are.
Indeed.
Your eyes are probably fine, aren't you?
No, I've just weirdly, I'm the only person in my family with good eyesight. Everyone else terrible vision. So I think I was pushed into this career to keep all the rest of the family in specs and contact lenses, I think. But I've had to succumb to the birthdays effect. So being past the mid-40s, I need my varifocals now. So
yeah. But I'm going to see you next month. I might have to go back. You remember I checked them off? Now I can't see.
It's
on my head all the time.
So it sometimes revisits things. It's always sowing the seeds. No, it's
So when did I start losing the sight? Probably 25 years ago. I was in my 20s. That's when I first got glasses. And so I've been to a number of opticians until I found you. And it is a very different experience, I think. Like, you spend time and you actually talk to me.
Yeah. That's
like looking at me, not just through you. I don't know what they're called.
Binoculars. Yeah, binoculars is I mean, I think I was told I came out the womb talking, apparently. So I enjoy speaking to people, getting to know people, and that's what you can't do when you're only given 20 minutes to see someone. So I spend I have an hour allocated for each patient, and if there's complex things you need to get to the bottom of, you've got time to do it. But the main thing is building that relationship, and people once they trust you, they'll open up and you can get to the bottom of the real problems. And like this is just glasses things. We end up talking about all sorts of things, but it's just so nice to be able to sort of not be rushed and be able to put people at their ease.
So you do take that time, and it's really good, I think, and it's relaxed. So I think, unlike other similar professions, like dentists or something like that, I look forward to coming to yours. It's an experience, isn't it, as well? Because you get to look at new specs and things.
That's what we've tried to make people. It's sort of something they look forward to doing, and it's a part. You're not often you get people focusing on you and spending a bit of some time and attention with you, and it's going to be fun, isn't it? It's going to be relaxing. It's going to be something that is not a painful experience, you hope, and it is that it's a transformation. There's nothing else changes your appearance as quickly as a new pair of glasses, and it sort of reflects your personality and all sorts of things. So if something you wear so many hours a day for so many weeks a year, you want them to be a reflection of you, not something you've bodged on and you resent putting on every day.
But the people I work with say I'm annoying, so I need to find some annoying glasses next time.
Yeah, you can have different ones for different moods you're in as well, so we can sort of up the ante for that. But they're just jealous they've got a personality or something interesting.
So, Dan, we're going to go into some deep dive questions now.
Okay.
This is going to be really hard.
Right.
So,
Okay.
you know those people that aren't really aware of personal space, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm quite tall.
Yeah.
So, except you're probably the person whose face gets closest to mine.
Probably so. Yeah, that you paid for.
Yeah, in my glasses when we do my eye test, which is a beautiful experience, ladies and gentlemen. Right. So, what percentage? Obviously, it's probably 0 of your clients have bad breath.
Ooh.
Because I always worry about that. I'm nose breathing when I come to see you.
Yeah, that's it. And I said it's fractional. Luckily, I'm blessed with quite a poor sense of smell, so that's it's not really bad. They've normally had nice coffee offers anyway. That masks it, or maybe a gin and tonic or something maybe. So it's but that is not. It's not as bad as an epidemic as you'd think from the oral health products you see on the TV all the time.
So people get to see, I think, when they're when they look at from the outside at people running a business and stuff, you see people going on LinkedIn say about how good they are, or they see your practice right on the outside of it.
Yeah,
it looks lovely. They see the flashy, showy stuff. They only see the output. They don't really see all the hard work.
Sleepless nights and
yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us 1 or 2 times, like the worst things that have happened that you've had to dust yourself down, get up and carry on with in your work or in your business.
Gosh. Well, I mean, so COVID was probably still that shutdown of suddenly, that's probably the recent times. It was like nothing else. You're sort of just down tools. You're not allowed to see people.
So you must have been slower to open than anyone else because you're so close, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were classed as what are they called? Let's see. Physical workers, well, it's healthcare. So we managed to get back sooner than some. But I think it was about 8 weeks when we couldn't see people, but we were still within the practice, sort of dealing with people over the phone and having problems and giving advice and trying to sort of manage things. And it just the trauma when we were out to reopen and trying to operate in masks and all the distancing, all the cleaning and things. It was such a I suppose just unlike anything that's never happened before, obviously, but it just changed the way you worked massively. Having to sort of let people in one at a time into practice, but actually, what it showed us that be able to having longer time with people and actually sort of slowing things down and giving that more one-to-one attention was a much nicer way to work actually. And you were giving people a bit of real relief and support. They're not seeing coming to the opticians was the best thing they've done in a year, sort of thing. And there's
and now, yeah,
and it was, and people they'd all got lots of questions about health stuff that they couldn't speak to their doctors about. We had to try and help with that and things as well. And just it was giving people that bit of human contact, and it really sort of pushed us to make a change in our business that we sort of then decided to take the practice being to be a private practice, which meant we weren't under the restrictions of the NHS, which really limits what you're funded for and how long you can spend with people and how often you can see people, the care you can give. So that has made a huge in the positive side of it coming out the other way. And I think it was all that sort of being invisible, actually providing some care for people when people have been left alone by the other medical services. It was a sort of a cathartic inward, I suppose, in the end.
So tell us, Dan, what do you still like about your job, right? Because a lot of business owners, they get into it and they do a certain thing, like you're doing an optician, I was a financial advisor, and then you start having to do other things because you're a managing director.
Yeah, you have to remind yourself.
CEO, you're everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's just that. The fact you have to put on so many hats you've always got something new to learn, and and the personal development side of things, you investing in yourself on courses and things like that as well. But I often get asked, "Would you get bored of doing one or two? Is it better with red on the red or green?" Would you get bored of this? My answer is no. I've got someone new to talk to for an hour, so in front of me every day. They've got different problems, and you can help make their day better. There's not many jobs you do that on a daily basis where you're hopefully improving someone's well-being or day as they come into you, and the number of conversations you get into throughout that day, it just, I just love doing it still, which is pretty rare, I think.
It's good because, like, when you leave, you do and you put on your new specs, and you can see better.
Yeah, hopefully so.
Do you sort of feel more confident? Like, oh yeah, on the bee's knees, you know.
Yeah, but the comments to the guys who do all the hard work on the shop for the dispensing optician team, which style you and sort your lenses out. They don't, people come back to them, so they've transformed their lives. They've never had so many people speaking to them about their glasses, or they felt more confident and things like that. So it's not just it's about the seeing thing. It's that sort of real sort of life changer almost for sort of vitality of life. If you like. So.
The people you have are great. Like that extra service. I remember I was in America and I got my new glasses, and my wife sat on them, and they were 3D printed ones.
Yeah.
And what happened? He cracked the lens. Anyway, he come back and he just sorted me a new lens out. It was really good, really quick. Because we were on a boat and she sat on them on a.
They go overboard. But
that's great. And another time, like when you're at the arm come loose, it's so easy just to pop in and you sort.
I just look after people how you want to be looked after. There's so much of this, and we can't do that. You can't. You just get it sorted, help people, and people remember that, and they sort of hopefully that's why they recommend you. And we talk about all the different forms of advertising in the world. I still believe that for it's personal recommendations from people, because to recommend someone, it's quite a risky thing to go and see them, because if it doesn't work out, you get blamed for the poor recommendation, don't you? So that's why. So the fact that we do get recommended is really, we love that, and all our reviews we get, they mean so much to us as well. The team really get a boost from when someone writes you a nice review, and it's sort of it's that.
Do you send them around everyone? Do you? We read them out sometimes.
Yeah, we'll sort of we'll do that. I'll put it on our team meetings and things. So.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Okay, so how do you hear about us then?
So, funnily enough, it was through a client.
Yeah.
So, most of the things I end up, people have been recommended to me through clients I've been seeing. They said, "Oh, we're talking." You could talk about all sorts of things, and said about that. I think they said about their bid to see you, and you'd sort of
then come to see you.
Yeah, and they'd come to see you. They're so worried about what was happening with their finances, and you basically looked at everything for them and just sort of said, "Well, you can actually retire tomorrow if you want to." We've been thinking about knowing I needed to go and see someone about some financial advice and see where we are and see where we were with future plans. And another couple of patients recommended as well. I thought, and then I recognised the name. Well, it's recommended the name, and then I realised, I recognise that name. And then it was.
I think our family as well, my brothers.
Yeah. So it's and then weirdly I spoke Sam, my wife Sam, who's the other main optometrist, and I have to remind her she is a business owner as well. She asked one of her friends who's in your industry who would they recommend to go and see, and your name came up from they recommended you. So she said you might. He's a bit slightly unusual presentation, sort of way he goes about things, and it looks things a bit quirky. I think he was afraid. I said, perfect. That's what we like. I don't like things too serious, and so it was all perfect match.
That's not the first time that's been said. I think I'm normal, though.
We're all normal to ourselves.
Fine.
Yeah, normal's boring, though, isn't it? So you don't be too boring.
Yeah, well, yeah. Now I'm having personality crisis. Wow, I didn't notice that many. I thought it was just one.
No, but it all sort of happened at really, these things happen. Things happen like this. They do. But you see over the years that when you sort of you think about something, then the right people come to give you the information and things to get, and you get a recommendation. So
Do you ask them then? Yeah, it's just they just mentioned it, or do they just like to get their money and their eyes done at the same time?
it was just we cover so many different the topics we keep chat to people about and things, or they tell you about, or things, or you just and it's yeah, but then it just it's amazing the number of things that I've people I've used now as services that I've met through recommendation through test room, and things I've recommended other people if they come in with a problem, or it's
Me too. Like when people mention stuff, especially if it's a small business, because I want to use small business. 'Cause
Yeah.
I am one, right? And I think it's better because you get better service. It means more to people. So you pull, like the business saying, it means more to them. And everyone who works, like here, they know it's small, so it's just
sort of pride in what they do, and
it's more important as opposed to if there's 5,000 of you.
it's just you're just a number then, aren't you?
So really try and do that. We've got a help directory, so where we say these are people we've used or our clients have used. If you need,
but make sure we're slotted in there.
I'm not sure if you are. I haven't updated it for a year or two. But yeah, we'll definitely do that. So you mentioned Sam, the delightful and lovely Sam, I was saying.
Yeah.
But what is it like working with your wife, being business partner and life partner?
I mean, for us,
it's going to be amazing, obviously.
Yes, obviously. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, but it is because we actually never see each other because. Because normally, even if we are both in clinic together, we're both in our rooms, and we might be able to hear each other through the walls. But you tend to because you've been juggling the home life and the kids and stuff. So, but I mean, the big benefit, you know exactly what the pressures are. You both completely understand. Particularly as we're both the same profession as well. You know exactly when I moaned about something, or I'm struggling with something, or a question. Sam knows exactly what I'm talking about, and that alone, and having that supportive voice, another opinion about it works well.
Do you talk about it a lot, though, like at home, or
you do? Having a business is you never switch off with it. That thing is all encompassing, and the business
because you work together. So, say with my wife, we'll talk about it. Then she'll get bored, and then she'll be there for me and all those nice things. But she doesn't know the people and stuff. So it's easy to stop.
Yeah.
But when you both know and you're both in it and you're both having the same thoughts, can that just carry on really?
It can be if you got careful, but Sam is very good actually at saying, no, that's enough. We're switching off about that now. I tend to sort of keep things going in my head a bit more so. But yeah, so you've got to have one of you that puts the blockers on and says, right, we've done that. Let's put that. We'll know more about that today. And
when you start banging on about something else like Aston Villa, does she go, let's talk about work?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So yeah, so that sort of or Crystal Palace. My in-laws are all Crystal Palace fans, so it's
well, you can have an argument.
Yeah, no, but I think the boys put it as well that Dad's the boss at work, Mom's the boss of the rest of the world. So we just sort of, I don't like to make decisions when I go home. I've made enough at work, so I just do as I'm told, and that works. That works well.
You have so many decisions. There is that thing, isn't there? Decision fatigue.
Yeah,
I think I'm getting that. I just can't bothered.
You just
things.
Yeah, you got a simple decision to make. You brain needs a rest on those. And I think when you're running a team of people as well, you're also their parent, social worker, psychologist. You got to look after your team, and having a good team is what has made our successes. That we've been very lucky to have such great staff members. But you like to think that's because you look after them well, and that involves there's a lot of your headspace gets taken up worrying about your team's lives and what they're going on things as well.
It's hard, isn't it? I think because I want them to have a good life. I know obviously there's some bosses that don't want that.
Yeah, I think all of us probably work for one of those and realise that's not the way to do things. I certainly,
but we're similar. I know we run it similar. Like we want to lift everyone up, not just us. So our clients, ourselves, and our colleagues. It is hard, isn't it? Because you worry about it.
Yeah, and you've got to put a positive face on every day. You've got to come in with your sort of game face on, and not try and bring the staff down if you're feeling a bit low and things. It's a tough one sometimes.
You ever low? You won't, jolly.
You do get tired, but you try not to dwell in those times too much, I suppose. It's
So, all right, we're going to dwell on it now then. Was there a point where you seriously questioned whether it is worth carrying on with the business? Any point? And what was that?
So it was probably about 3 weeks after taking the practice on. There was me, who I thought, very good at. I knew I was good at my job, and I thought, I'll just turn up, start testing people. The crowds will come, and there's me.
The attraction.
Yeah. I suppose I've been working in big teams, there's big practices, lots of different people at the store, and there's me and my one employee that I had, and just I think the reality of it hit. All the bills were coming in, and no one was coming into practice, and I just had a bit of a bit of a wobble. I considered just right. I'm going to shut the practice. I can't deal with this, and then. But Sam and the friends and family sort of sat me down, sort of just come on, just get yourself together, and we'll work through this. But yeah, I mean that first month was pretty, which is what I'm not prepped enough. It was a sort of, and he was just that youthful sort of I can do it. But but after that, touch wood. I mean, we've not had anything major where we've said, oh, it's not. What's the alternative? And the alternative is always worse, I think.
So how long was it? From the start of opening your business to getting it where you're okay, like you knew it wasn't going to shut down. How long did that take?
Probably 3 years. I would say I worked 6 days for 3 years, and sort of one of the days I was sort of still doing self-employed work, locum work, so because we couldn't take any money out of the business. So that's why Sam kept herself. Actually, she kept herself. Locum sort of separate from the business, so we sort of had one income at least.
Yeah.
But it was sort of 3 years really before we could take any take a salary out of it properly. And but once we got, but that was then took us to 2008. We made the financial crash, which was that was interesting. But weirdly, actually, we continued to grow.
Did that affect you though? Because people need. Their lives still, don't they? So.
They do, but people will they'll not. Yeah, they'll put it off, or I'll just keep these for another year. I'll just I won't buy new frames. It's the retail side of things, because people will postpone things. But luckily, I think our team had grown, and we were getting better known in the area, and we grew quite well throughout that period actually, which sort of gave me the confidence that if we can once we got through that sort of quite big event for the world, it was. And that's the first time I got very, very aware of how doom and gloom our media are in the UK. I think they sort of exacerbate any downturns and things so massively. If you just shut the media up, I think it'd be sort of things would just let people get on and get working. It will sort itself out.
It's so true, isn't it? I say this all the time because people get worried about their investments or something. Like the news is unusual. That's why it gets in the news, and it's only depressing stuff.
Yeah,
because normally. Most people are all right most of the time. It's just these horrible things come out of the blue, but they don't change everything for forever.
No,
it's still going to be okay.
And if you hadn't heard the news that day or didn't hear it, you would be none the wiser. You'd be getting on and doing what you can do. All you can control is what you can do in your day. And as long as you just keep focusing on that and doing that better, things will generally be okay. I think it's what I tend to find.
When the news is bad, put the repair shop on. That makes you feel calm, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a very sort of reality roadshow, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. So, what do you think is the hardest lesson you've learned as a business owner?
Definitely that you're not invincible, and that you certainly need to ask for help. I think that's you don't try and do everything yourself. You need to.
What happened there then? Or was it a number of things?
Yeah, it's times where we'd got, I think there's a few years back, probably going back 10 years, so we'd grown the business well and we were getting established, but I was sort of working crazy hours and really just sort of seeing silly numbers of people in the practice still, and we were just burnt out, but close to burning out, I suppose. So, well, yes, the numbers were looking better, but you can't put that anymore. And that I met a friend of mine, who's also an optician. He was setting up sort of business coaching for independent opticians to help them. Big thing is you taught how to be an optician at university, not taught how to run a business or be a HR manager or do advertising. He did a lot of development himself and stuff on business coaching, and he was setting up one for independent opticians, and he asked me if I was interested in being a guinea pig, really, and that has led down my very gradual journey that you do have to. It isn't just about working harder. You've got to work smarter and work to give yourself life balance as well. And delegation really is the thing, is working out how to delegate and trust people to do, not micromanage.
I think anyone that started a business from basically nothing, it's hard to stop in it.
Yeah.
If you're thinking it'll be back like my first month.
You've always got that. Yeah.
I always think, really busy. Then I go, I've done everything now. And then a day late, I'm like, that's brilliant. Then the next day,
That's it.
why has it stopped?
It's definitely highs and lows, isn't it? You're on the road. You're always on a roller coaster. There's always there's that the highs are high and the dips are sort of pretty lonely sometimes. But
okay, let's put this positively now.
Yeah,
because we talked about the hard bits, but he is also awesome, isn't it? So he explains running your own business. Explain some times or where one of your team's done really well, or something you've changed that's really paid off for you, and you've been like slapping yourself on the back. Well done, Danners. what a move.
Oh, yeah.
You're a visionary.
Probably asking Sam to marry me was the best sort of commercial they've ever made. So, I mean, the real big thing I get, we quite early on, after about 5 years, we won a national award for Independent Optician of the Year.
Did you?
Which back in 2009, that was amazing. It put our practice on the map a bit as well, and that was one of the big buzz we got from the team. It's my favourite is when we've achieved big things with the team. We've hit targets, or the guys have they've had so many sort of report thank yous from clients that they've all these stories about they've changed their lives, have helped with this or with those. But it's when the team have achieved together, and that's what makes you most proud. It's like, I suppose it's like when your kids do well, you get that with the guys are sort of, when they're happy and fulfilling themselves, or they're doing stuff they've never done before, and you've sort of helped develop them as well. That's what I get a buzz out of.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But I think the biggest was really this move to Knoll. It's lovely. It's so nice to be back in a community with other small independent businesses where we can all help each other, and there's a real community vibe there. We've had so many gifts and presents from clients coming in and sort of and have so many compliments about the new environment. I think this is out of what was a drama has probably ended up being one of the best things that will happen for the practice. And
it's really hard moving premises. We're sort of office space, so it's a bit easier than you have shop fitting.
And I'm a terrible hoarder. The amount of junk, the stuff that just keep it just in case, or we might need that. I get that from my dad. I think it is. It's like sort of very practical. I could do something with that, and it was like giving the practice a colonic. It took work once. So the new mantra is keep it no junk, no faff. Just if we definitely don't need it, recycle it, or sort of.
Well, there you go. That's you being a visionary, isn't it? Get your eyes done and the colonic at the same time.
Yes,
quite literally end-to-end service.
I've got some marketing images in my head there. I probably shouldn't talk about that. We're not doing that. Well, you might be one of the worst patients.
People skipping that step. You mentioned that a couple of times how you've done like some courses and things, to keep yourself up to date, I guess. But was that in different areas, like I don't know, HR or something, to learn business stuff rather than?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's it is having that switch in your head going, you've got to develop yourself, and you don't and find out at least enough to be able to delegate that to another service provider or find something. But I think that the particularly if you're sort of a problem with independent or small business, you're often isolated. You get so cocooned on your own and don't get to which is very sort of restricting, and it also just quite makes
It's hard, that, isn't it? People don't get it. I don't think, unless you might be trying to tell your mates, but if they're employees, right, they don't really understand, and you quite often get, yeah, but it's your business, you can do what you want, and I think, no, you can't.
Yeah, because you've still got all these other things you have to. But that's been the biggest part of being Optical Success Academy is the development group. I mean, I've been in that sort of 10 years now. It's all the other business owners, other independent practice owners that I've met. I've got a really core good group of people now that if I've got a problem, I can go to them and they know exactly what I'm going through. Like they've got someone in the group has probably been through what you've been through. But even if it's just it makes you feel better to say, "Oh, I'm having the same problem as well." So I think if you're in a semi isolated profession, or is to try and get involved in some business development groups, even if it's not specifically for your profession. There's things like Entrepreneur Circle here that is local to us here, Nigel Boxall's. I mean, that's a very good service as well, I think. So it's important to do that.
I think it doesn't matter what profession you're in, what you're doing, you can learn from any other type of business, and that sort of cross-fertilisation of ideas, like how, we've talked back on it here again.
Didn't go on that one today.
but that, doing things that might be done in other areas that might have nothing to do with what your main core service is.
Yeah.
Like, we found that works for us well with what we do. And I think that's an important add-on.
Yeah, I think it's anything which is service really is applicable. We look at you can get ideas from service from all parts of hospitality, all sorts of things. Yeah, it's having that been in a position where you can learn from other industries. You never know. You're always one conversation away from a great new idea, normally, aren't you? So
that's it. So, Dad, there might be someone listening. One person.
We're going to break the record of this one. Hit the 100. Yeah.
There might be someone listening right now who's just, they're in their first month, or for me, it was after 4 months.
Right. Is that when you hit the?
Wow. Well, I mean, after a year, I remember I was sat by a river on a tree stump on my own at my mate's wedding. I was a bit hungover, and I just thought I might as well not bothered, and had a year off, So there's that time, when it's really low, and you're like, flip, what am I going to do? Got any advice for those people?
Yeah, I think that you need to hit that bit, because that's normal, because that is everyone that has a business will feel that at some point, but you will push through it and it will get better. As long as you know you're better than your competitors, and you care about what you're doing, it just keep the faith and sort of just try and find someone you can speak to and ask for a bit of help, because everyone really wants to help people.
They do, don't they? Keep going.
Yeah, just crack on.
That is the message.
It's going to be better than working with someone, isn't
it? Well, not working for you. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think it'd be quite a nice place to work. So we achieved a big target last year, and I jokingly said to the team, if we hit this target, which I never thought we would, I'll take you all to Ibiza.
Are you going?
Yeah, the guys did it on the last day of last year. So we've and Sam.
I remember you telling me that in September when I saw you at the pub.
Yeah,
with everyone.
Yeah, so
and it happened.
Yeah, we thought, but you see, I think it's definite this positive manifesting. The guys talk about we're going to manifest it, and so we've booked August bank holiday, long weekend, and we'll take the guys off. It's part of the 20 year celebration and stuff as well for them. Yeah. It's just nice to say thank you to your team and do some bits.
What have you got then, like a big villa or something?
No, again, it's Sam. Sam is the done Polly of our. She loves holidays and so she's found some hotel. I think that's has got not two security cameras.
You can go nightclubbing till 6 a.m.
I didn't mind it. It should be a cultural trip.
Till 6 p.m.
Probably. I don't know. We'll see.
Mate, that is cracking. A cracking thing
so-
to be doing.
You can have a bit of fun work, haven't you?
How many going then?
I think there's 10 of us. I think going.
Wow.
Yes. I make all sign waivers that there's
Carnage.
probably.
And you look at the coolest. You have great sunglasses, won't you?
But indeed, yeah, that's how's it? They get all set up ready to get held somewhere on.
Right, Dan. Thanks for this. It's flown by this.
Yeah, it's really
5
good.
minutes already.
Right, I've enjoyed it. It's been just what I needed. And it's good just to
So,
have a chat.
I think you're a great example of businesses that do something that's done a lot of places, but just do it really well. And it's the little touches, the cherry on top.
Yeah.
You're my cherry. Right.
All right.
The cherry on top, the little. I like to think we do things with a flourish rather than just banging out a financial plan, right? I think you're excellent at that. Carry on.
We'll try.
Consider the clonics. Buy one, get one free. Quite literally a bog off.
But yeah, dear mate, that was. Well, get the house pipe ready for you when you come in.
I'm coming in, mate. So you've got time.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks, Dan. It's been great having you. Actually, one last question.
Right.
I should ask you what benefit you've had from working with us, except for great business ideas.
That's it. So, I was thinking about this. This was a nice bit of information, Steve, but but the real thing I've spoken to my friends in the business group about this is that Steve's taken away all my worry. I was constantly wondering, have I done enough? Oh, do I need to do more? Do we need to push ourselves, get another practice? Coming to see Steve gave us some real clarity about where we are, and the fact it talks a lot about, right, what do you want to, what's on your bucket list of things you want to do in your life, and that's more important. And that sort of took me. It was a bit sort of, I wasn't expecting that today as sort of when we first came to see your financial planner, it'd be sort of all very serious pinstripe suits and stuff like that. But that's what I knew I didn't want. It was more about just looking at, and just having a more realistic view of what tends to happen in your later years. And it's just given me a lot of feeling of control, and it's taken just a bit of worry that was on so always nagging at the back of my shoulder away. And that frees up my mind then to make other decisions more cleanly and feel less guilty about things. So just peace of mind. And so I think which is priceless.
What percentage of that has helped you book Ibiza?
Oh, well, it's at least 50%.
There you go.
You pay 50% of the bill now.
You just do some financial planning and you'll go to Ibiza.
So that's the golden hour.
What a great way to sign off. Thanks ever so much, Dan. It's been great. I can't wait to get my new specs. I'll be skipping around town once I have next month, probably.
Next great advert for us.
Yeah. Perspectives in Noel. Go and get your glasses done and your asses if he introduces that service. Fuck it.
Brilliant. Yeah. Just the first bit, not the second bit.
Yeah. No, it's a great great practice. You get great glasses, you get great eyes. You make you feel good. All right. Thanks everyone. Goodbye.
Cheers.
Bye, Dan.
Bye-bye.